What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is Melanie Method. Um, Again, I think I did the most intellectual thing during this election toward the end. I just pretty much chose to remain silent because, like, I know YouTube never spreads my video around. Like, I'm seeing some others. I'm seeing people that channels is not good at all. Like it's even worse than my setup, and they get more views than me. So it's obviously something that's being done or something I'm not doing, something I'm not educated on, which I try to educate myself on different things to do within YouTube in my spare time. But that's neither here nor there. I'm very appreciative of getting new subscribers when they come, and I do have 56 now for a person that's just an average Jane that decided to make a channel and talk about whatever. There's people on here that talks about only ink pens, like classic ink pens. We all have our channel talking about something, right? So I just do a little bit of everything, but I stay me and I stay true to me. That's one thing that you can always count on when you hear me communicate with you guys. So yesterday, November 1st, was an eventful day in a lot of ways. It's just like every day is eventful during this campaign, during the campaigns of both of them. The election as a whole, this 2024 election is what I'm trying to say. I have to like really relax myself as much as possible so that way I can touch on all the things I want to touch on. Because it's astoundingly disgusting and ignorant and repulsive, all the things I'm seeing by the fake news, which is CNN and MSNBC, I believe, and NBC, CBS, and I said ABC, I think. Okay. Then it's also repulsive just to see two separate parties have to go back at each other back and forth and they make errors within their speaking. It's just all of this is so ignorant. It really is. Yes, Donald Trump is the right person to get in because he's the option that we have. For real, for it was up to me, I would say JD Vance should be the president or Tulsi Gabbard. Because I feel like that they're still of the youth. They're like around my age, where that's not youthful at all. But you know what I mean. You're younger, but yet they're very intellectual and they know how to successfully present a matter, a problem, a policy. They know what they're talking about. They did their research in different laws, enactments, and bills and rights, and they were the ones that should have been going against each other. But we had a Democrat before she even she rescinded her whole democracy in the Democrat and being with a part of the Democratic Party. I do not blame Tulsi Gabbard for doing that. Oh my God, like I'm just watching so much, and it's a lot. And I feel really sorry for those who are not like educating themselves on the different matters that's really important or should be important to us as U.S. citizens, especially to mothers, single women, and single parents, period, single men that's raising kids. And the reason why I stress on kids, you'll find out in a minute. This shit is so turned up, y'all. Like I'm over it. I'm so happy. What's today? The second. Really, technically, it's still 4 more days because they might still be counting votes on November 6th. I would hope not. I would hope that they have an answer on the 5th. Either way, I think either party isn't going to take it good for the other one losing. I don't at all. I don't think that the zombie brain Democratic Party, the left, I don't think they're going to take it well if Donald Trump gets in. I believe they're going to cause a lot of trouble in some kind of way. I don't know whether that's going to be by dismantling Trump more with more demonization of different things that they're claiming that he's trying to communicate that he's not. I don't know if it's going to be by another assassination attempt of him, more negative hate rhetoric, which is consistently being pumped out by them. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a lot of wars in between people on the streets, which it could. Because I watched a lot of fights and stuff happen in Pittsburgh. The shit I'm seeing happen this on there's so much shit I can share with you guys in this video about showing you the clips. Some of them I might not do. I might just try to remember before I go to sleep because I shouldn't even be up right now. But I just read a news article that like kind of kept me up even longer. It actually was all thanks to Sean Hannity on Fox News. Shout out to Sean Hannity because he keeps it real about all of this. He really does. I don't want to hear He's racist just like Trump. La la la. It ain't even about racism. It's about righteousness. And this woman, just her and that invalid Biden, they destroyed this country like in every possible way. Like every sector they fucked up. And I can show you it. I mean, better than I can tell you. Okay, so let's get this started. I don't want to keep talking. I want to like just start showing you guys everything I'm looking at. And this is why I just chose to be quiet because I feel like that if everybody else can't be more educated and more adult and civilized to sit down and educate themselves on what's been happening during these past years of the Biden Harris administration. I feel like if they can't do what I did, why keep making videos? Because there's less than a half of the whole U.S. population that's going for Harris. It's a little bit less because Trump has like around 51%, I believe. So that means she probably has like what around what is that 48, something like that. So yeah, 48. So I don't know, y'all. Oh my god, like this woman, this so much was done. What? Well, oh my god, yeah, that's good. Well, I hit that too hard though. It's a strain called bitch crap, but I'm going to get to what I'm saying right now. So I chose to stay up, which I'm such a night owl. I make that mistake every night. So Sean Hannity start presenting all the different adult women, adult males, children, everybody on this last clip I just watched on YouTube that was raped or murdered or both. No, both or one or the other by illegal migrants since like 2023, I think. Yeah, and it was the list just kept going. It kept going. And then some of these kids, these children were some of these people were children. Oh god. Some of them was 9 years old, 5-year old recently. And she can't do anything to fix this and correct this with that border. She can't do anything. And she enacted something that's called catch and release. That is something that hasn't been enacted in years. And basically what that entails is that if an immigrant, a migrant, whatever you want to call them, is detained for whatever reason, even if it's something that they did unlawful, they have to release them within the US. And that's why members of Congress, both on the Republican and Democratic side, they chose to do away with the bipartisan bill. JD Vance broke it down really good. He really did in the interview he did with Joe Rogan. And I already knew it was an amnesty bill. I knew that because it was like, we'll do a little bit to protect the bill type of thing. But you're going to let us have 1.8 million migrants that are allowed to migrate here yearly. That's what the bill entails. So how is that protecting our border really? Then it goes on to extend the whole catch and release thing. So if Donald Trump would have got in the office, he wouldn't have been able to reverse the catch and release thing. That's why they said it was a disaster, that bill. And she keeps using that to trick the minds of stupid people. And so many people in this country is stupid. Me and my daughter, we call them zombie brains. Because anytime you can't figure out what's going on with all the corruption within these Democrats, something's wrong with South. Something got to be really wrong with the individual to not like do research. It's really easy to see everything that has went wrong in these 3.5 years. And it's a lot of shit. Like no other administration failed this country as bad. I promise you this. And there's people all types of reporters that can attest to that. There's people from the Border Patrol that can attest to that. There's people from all types of the Department of Justice, the Department of Agriculture, even. I watched the clip the other day ago where she destroyed farmers. And now farmers are relying on China. They don't even own their farms anymore, thanks to her. Now it said like 80 to 82% of our agriculture is now owned by China. So that's just another thing she fucked up. That hurt me so bad to hear that. And they were presenting it to Donald Trump. This was about a month ago. I just now saw the video. And they were presenting all the things that she removed once she and Biden got in that office. And granted, I understand he is the president, but come on now. Ooh. All right, let me first share with you guys this whole thing about this 9-year-old because that's what fucked me up and made me stay up. Like, I don't like hearing about kids, the elderly, anybody that shouldn't have to worry about shit like this to have to go through shit like this. And this should have been the prime concern of the Biden Harris administration, but it wasn't. Let me show you how this was addressed. It's disgusting. Hold on, what is? Why do I feel like I have everything up but what I want to show you? Oh, y'all. I don't know how to have it. It got everything up. Okay. So it says, man gets, listen, pay attention to what I'm about to read to you guys. Because I like to read. Reading is fundamental. Okay. So why is it not? It just let me do this. Hold on. It's just anything to piss me off. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna stop sharing. Let me correct this real quick because I want to read this article to you guys. It's pretty disgusting. Hold on. I hate newspapers that make you pay or want you to pay and all this bullshit. Like, stop it. What are you doing? Like, are you really asking me to pay for this shit? I just fucking read this article. Oh my God. It's anything to piss me the fuck off. Is this one gonna let me read it? Because this is stupid. It's all these ads. It's so frustrating. Hold on. This is disgusting. This one's even more intel, but I want to see if it says the one thing I wanted to point out. Come on, y'all. It's the way Biden reacted. It was disgusting. And I was just like, wow, that's really the important part of this whole case to you. This is crazy. Why is all these articles different? Our news, you can't even trust our media at all, y'all. Like, it's ridiculous. That whole article, the one I needed was the one because I wanted y'all to hear what he said. Here, let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, this shouldn't even be this hard to find another article. Okay, so there's supposed to be a video on it. This dude is sick. And everybody that watches this is sick. Think about why this is sick, y'all. All right, now I'm going to share it with you. Then I'll try to go back and I'll read an article to you guys about it.
Face the threat of criminal penalties for doctors and healthcare providers. Just last week, it was reported that a 10-year-old girl was a rape victim in Ohio. 10 years old. And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. That's last part is my judgment. 10 years old. 10 years old. Raped, 6 weeks pregnant, already traumatized, was forced to travel to another state. Imagine being that little girl. I'm serious. Just imagine being that little girl. 10 years old.
So I'm gonna tell you why he's sick. And I'll stop sharing. Okay. Yeah, the girl should not together.
In Bedford, Pennsylvania, we see folks taking to their feet right there. There's Tulsi Gabbard.
Shut up. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, but she shouldn't have to get an abortion, but he's missing one thing. One huge important fact. Who's the person that did it? How did the person get to her? All of those circumstances, what could have been done to have prevented the incident and all these other incidents that Sean Hannity accurately described in this link that I just watched with Sean Hannity. I looked up the cases, they all exist, which I'm not shocked at all because Hannity always gets it right. He's not a liar like MSNBC and CNN and all of that. So, okay, my problem is, look how he was trying to act outraged about the 9-year-old or 10-year-old, because she was 9 when the incident occurred, and then she turned 10 by the time she got an abortion. Okay, your first fight should have been, how did this person get to her? Who is he? Where did he come from? You know what I mean? Was it a family member? Yeah. Do you know why none of this was mentioned? It's because he was a fucking migrant. Because then another report actually reported it accurately and it said it. And let me see if I can get in that article. I'll read it to you guys, where it actually accurately reported that it was a migrant that raped the girl. Hold on, let me see. I'm not sure if this one mentions that. Because if it don't, I'll just go to the one that I know does. The girl had to travel from Ohio. So I'm going to read this version real quickly for you. I might even read the whole thing. An Indianapolis doctor who provided abortion drugs to a 10-year-old rape victim from Ohio defended her actions before a judge Monday in an episode that drew national attention in the weeks after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Dr. Caitlin Bernard testified during the second day of a court hearing on an attempt to block Indiana's Republican Attorney General from seeking patient medical records. The Attorney General's office says it is investigating whether Bernard properly reported child abuse and possibly violated patient privacy laws by telling a newspaper reporter about the girl's case. Okay, so this is all that was mentioned within here. It's still not saying, oh my God, my throat keeps itching. It's still not saying like who he was, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it better for y'all. I did some digging. I found another article. Okay. Man convicted of raping a pregnant and 9-year-old Columbus girl sentenced to life in prison. Thank God. I can't believe it because some of these migrants, they're getting away with all of it. All right. So a man convicted of raping and impregnating a 9-year-old Columbus girl was sentenced to life in prison Wednesday with the possibility of parole. He shouldn't even get that. He shouldn't even get that. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Because anytime you touch kids, you don't even deserve to get back out. You don't even need to see the light of that. But that's my opinion. Because she didn't give harsher penalties in California to drug dealers. And she knows she has. Okay. The one girl that protests against her all the time. I forget her name. Oh my God. Berlin, I think it is. And she's a really good protester. I love how she presents all the dirt on the Democrats. I presented one of her videos way earlier on in one of my videos. But she oh my God, I'm so tired of this. I don't even know what I'm saying because it's so much. Like, I just can't believe all this is happening. But she tried to sentence Berlin to 44 fucking years for fucking protesting. That bitch is dangerous. Y'all motherfuckers need to stop playing with that girl. Like, for real, like, this woman is destructing this country alongside of Joe Biden. Everybody just sitting back with their remotes, going to work as normal, acting like everything gonna be good. It's not gonna be good if she continues on in this path, if she remains power, not office. Because Believe it or not, she's already our president. I don't know what people's thinking. Everybody is playing a hand and making decisions in our White Office right now, White House right now, because it's not him. That man is not there. He's not. So okay. A man convicted of raping and impregnating a 9-year-old Columbus girl was sentenced. Like I said, I said possibility of parole 25 years. I got mad about that. Okay. Gerson Fuentes, a 28-year-old undocumented immigrant from Guatemala, living in Columbus, changed his plea from not guilty to guilty in court. He was arrested last year and charged with 2 counts of rape after authorities say he raped the unidentified minor. The case gained notoriety last year because the child had to travel across state lines to Indiana in order to get an abortion. Ohio instituted a 6-week abortion ban almost immediately after Roe v. Wade was overturned, forcing the child to seek care outside the state. First of all, it's like there should have been a different procedure they could have gave her. Yeah, so I don't know. This is terrible for this statement. I understand it can happen from anyone. Anybody can rape a child. It doesn't have to be a migrant. But I'm just saying, if we could prevent all of these illegals coming over here in the amounts that they're coming over in, it would make it a lot better. So I'm trying to think what other video I want to go to. Oh my god, it's so much, but this disgusted the shit out of me. Because you're playing with kids, like, and you're cool with that. People are cool with that. They just keep saying Kamala all the way. And how? When it's like you're saying that you support child rape. Let's go to this because this was very ignorant. And Cardi B told a lot within her statement. I'm just going to play it and then I'm going to discuss. It's so hard to relive this. I don't want to relive it, but I'm going to smoke while y'all listening to it. If y'all haven't listened to it yet, God, I feel so sorry. I apologize to you in advance for torturing you, for making you watch this if you didn't. It's one of the worst things I've ever had in front of my eyes. It was really bad. Nobody seems to be helping her in this campaign either, and it's because they all are equally lulu like she is. So yeah, okay. This is bad. Hold on, let me try to put this up here.
Today is your wallet. Tomorrow could be conning you out of your healthcare rights. 1 second, guys. 1 second.
Okay, first she came on the stage, didn't even know what she was going to say, but y'all see if y'all don't watch this. Watch this.
What's up, Milwaukee? How you guys doing? I'm nervous. I'm excited. What's up, y'all? One second, guys. 1 second. Okay. So I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life. My whole life. I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
I'm just going to say this. Okay, she should have really did away with this. She should have invited this girl. This girl is way too hood. She don't know how to like communicate with people like in public speaking. No diss to Cardi B. Cardi B should just stick to making music. This was a wrong decision. I don't know what her campaign or what she personally offered this girl to do this, but it made it really worse. This was despicable and embarrassing as fuck. It gets worse. It just keeps getting worse though.
Hold on. How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing tonight? Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to make history?
We already did that. She already did that because she broke this motherfucking country down like no other.
Are we we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Thank you. All right. Vice President Kamala Harris, thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now. Now, I took my time writing this speech, so I'm not
trying to be nasty, and I hate to say this because I don't even like talking like this about women, and because I've been through shit. Everybody, we all been through the shit, but I see why that dude be cheating on her. I get it. Even though I believe he would do that to any woman, but any dude would cheat on this girl. Any dude would do it because just hearing her voice so much, after a while, you would be over that shit. Her voice is enough to fuck your whole day up. And just imagine her talking shit on you and arguing with you all day. Like I know she does because you can see that in her. Doesn't matter. Libras keep going. She's a Libra too. They'll just keep going and going and going. So just imagine that. First of all, I wouldn't even have to cheat on a person like that. I just wouldn't be with that. Obviously, I've seen a couple of her Instagram posts and shit. No, nigga, no. Anybody that's humane wouldn't want to fuck with this at all. You gotta be very ignorant to get with somebody like this. I was ignorant. I got with people on her academic level and her way of articulating level, and even worse. I've been with people that articulated worse than her. Like shit, they called me dog. They called me crip, loke. Like, you know, like, so I know when I'm talking about shit. There's times where I slur. I don't even get shit out right. But to do this was so embarrassing. All right, I'm shutting up again.
I deliver it right. Because I got something I've been wanting to say for a long time. I've been saying it on Twitter, on my Instagram, and I'm ready to tell it to you now. Y'all ready to listen? All right now. All right. Just like Kamala Harris, I too have been the underdog. I've been underestimated. My success belittled and discredited. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Women have to work 10 times harder, perform 10 times better, and still people question us how we got to the top. They be like, how she got there? Hold on. Let me warm up. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully. But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one. All the time, I'm ready for him. Yeah. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I wasn't going to vote this year. I wasn't. But Kamala Harris joining the race, she
it's like she keeps forgetting her name too. Because then she keeps having to remind herself to put the Harris in her. I believe she ain't know nothing about this woman or nothing about what she stood for or nothing. Just like half of America don't. Because they're shutting their eyes to all the failures from the administration, or they're being diehard Democrats and not caring about the real shit. It's so much ignorance going on in this country right now. We're swimming in ignorance. Yeah, we're swimming in ignorance, and I can't. I just keep praying I get enough money to get the hell out of here. All right, a couple places I've been looking into Germany lately. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. But I also want to go somewhere else too. Like I say, I've been looking at places that has lower corruption. Germany is one of them. Norway, I think, is another. I think that was on there. It's the Switzerland and shit like that. That's really expensive. But let me get back to this horrible speech.
My mind completely. I did not have faith on any candidates until she joined the race and said the things that I wanted to hear, that I want to see next in this country. All right?
All right.
I believe in every word that comes out of her mouth. She's passionate. She's compassionate. She shows empathy. And most of all, she is not delusional.
She is not delusional.
Yeah. Kamala recognized that this country is at risk, that the economy needs to get stronger, that the cost of food and the cost of living is too high. Damn, it's even high for me. I believe her when she says, under her, buying eggs and milk won't break the bank because she's going to pass a ban on price gouging on groceries. And she told me that in my face. So she better not lie to me in my face. Yeah. I believe her when she said she will make housing more affordable by providing Americans with $25,000 in down payment assistance.
Okay, that's enough. I can't take any more again. I said I would listen to it. I mean the whole thing. Like, y'all could include the link if y'all didn't see it. That shit is so ignorant. That is so fucking ignorant. Like, that was some ignorant ass shit. Like, oh my God. And she was sick to even let that girl do that. Because it looked real. That's another thing I wanted to mention too, in case for those that are noticing. Why is all these celebrities coming forth at the last minute? Now, two of them I think I have the answer for. And that's maybe even three. LeBron James, we know what's been going on with him and Diddy. Let's be real. And Usher. They both are hiding something, and I don't know whether they feel the Democrats can support them in this whole scandal that's going to come out on them. I don't know. I don't know what's really good with that, but I know it got something to do with Diddy with that. That's what everybody's saying that. And as far as Eminem, I'm not going to say that. I don't really think Eminem frequent Diddy party, so I ain't going to put that on him. But like, I'm good, man. Like, I'm good on this country, y'all. Like, this place is fucked up. We are swimming in deception, ignorance, ugly. We're being laughed at from different countries. This is a nightmare. It is an absolute fucking nightmare. It is. But let me see if I can find the other video. There's so many things. Like, it's so scary. Like, I be trembling and shit. I be scared because every time I get up, I be like, I know there's gonna be some more shit in there. Because I know she gonna say something dumb. Trump's gonna say something a little bit too slight. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, oh my God, what is it gonna be today? I want to show y'all that list for real. Where he gave all them names of them kids. I'll just include it in the description because I would have to go exactly back to the end of the video because it was like toward the end. I want to show you guys the one really about the bipartisan bill. How it really was nothing more than an amnesty bill. And that was really sick. And that was like saying she was trying to get it permanently done her fucking way. She is a mess. She really is. Like, here it is right here.
The Joe Rogan.
Okay. Is this Joe Rogan? Hold on one second, y'all. I'll show my screen.
Experience.
I'm married to the daughter of immigrants. I do think that immigration can enrich this country. I do think that, immigrants, many of them are bringing a lot of to the table, but we have to be honest with ourselves that permitting 500,000 immigrants in a society like ours is much different than permitting 5 million or 50 million immigrants. And importantly, where are the immigrants coming from? What are their values? What are their economic skills? There's something.
What's their criminal record?
What's their criminal record? There's something very in sort of the modern. Again, this is a new thing because this is not Bill Clinton liberalism. This is something that we're seeing today, where they don't even want to talk about the quality and the backgrounds and the skills of people coming into our country. Somehow it's fundamentally racist to say, well, we don't want certain people of certain backgrounds to be in the United States of America. No, it's just.
I love this man. I'm going to tell you one thing. Like, this man, Donald Trump is brilliant. He's an icon. He makes really good decisions with money and everything, business, etc. He made a really good decision here. This man could be a president. Because he presents things so well. I'm not only saying that because he's a Leo and he's sexy to me, even though he kind of does look like, I don't know, I'm not going to say. But I do really love JD Vance. He articulates so well and he really gets deep into every little thing to break it down for people. People ain't paying attention, la, la, la. So definitely, compared to Walls, yeah, okay. This man kills Walls like 1,000 times.
Common sense. I mean, let me sort of give you a very specific example, okay? So, ask yourself, should America accept 100,000 immigrants from Mexico? Okay. just in the abstract. Well, Mexico is a gigantic country with millions upon millions of people. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about people who speak English as a second language and don't have criminal backgrounds? Or are we talking about people who don't even read and write in Spanish and do have criminal backgrounds? Because those same groups of people, even though they come from the country we call Mexico, are going to assimilate and contribute to America's society much differently. There's something in the modern liberal mind that doesn't even allow you to ask the question, who does America benefit from bringing into this country? And if the answer is we don't benefit, then why would we bring them into the country?
Well, it's also the concept of being anti-open border somehow or another became attached instead of safety. It became attached to xenophobia.
Yes.
It became attached to racism. And when you confront people and say, do you know that Venezuela is literally opening their prisons and instructing people to just cross into America?
Yes.
Like, no. When you tell one of the wildest ones, I think it was you, we're having a conversation with a woman. We were discussing the gangs in Aurora, Colorado that have taken up.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's only a couple buildings.
Imagine if that's your community. It's only a couple of apartment complexes, right? With hundreds of people that have been taken over by Venezuelan gangs. I think, Joe, the right number of apartment complexes taken over by Venezuelan gangs is 0.
It's in San Antonio, too. It's happening in San Antonio.
It's happening everywhere.
It's so crazy that people don't want to admit to this because if they do, it's empowering the right.
Yeah.
And they think it's going to help Donald Trump get elected. So they're turning a blind eye to dangerous criminals crossing the border with no recourse, no tracking. You can't do anything about it.
Well, you see this in some communities where because they're small towns and because rapid migrant influx can happen very quickly, where the town population has been doubled. Okay, so you don't even have to assume people are criminals. What does it do to the local public school when all of a sudden 1,000 newcomers show up that don't even speak English, right? What does it do to the hospital system when you now have thousands of people in a small healthcare system that are showing up to get emergency services because they don't have access otherwise to a doctor? And now the American citizens have to wait in line for 7 hours to get to see a doctor because we've overwhelmed.
And it's bad enough. We already had long ER bit waits in major metropolitan cities. Like I noticed where I'm at now, since I'm in like more rural and more like country and shit. Okay, I don't got to suffer for not too much, but what do I do once all the migrants start moving to my area? Because she's putting them in poor, like lower income areas, and that's the areas where I tend to live. Or I'll tend to live in like areas where it's like a little bit of mix between, like it's a little bit of middle class with poor. But I'm always in a poor area, except when I live in North Scottsdale, of course, in Arizona and Tempe and all those little flashy places and all that shit, Litchfield Park, all of that, Chandler. But anyway, this shit's sad.
Hospital system. What does it do to housing prices? We've seen this in a number of communities, including those that I represent in Ohio. When you bring in thousands upon thousands of people, you cannot build enough houses quickly enough to accommodate that. So the cost of housing becomes unaffordable for American citizens. It is the craziest thing that we've seen in this country that you don't even allow people to talk about the effects of mass migration anymore. Right. And that's why I think it's one of the reasons why Donald Trump is going to be elected president, or at least should be elected president, because he's one of the few guys who's saying, you know what? No. We're going to talk about this problem. Yes, some immigrants are good. Some immigrants are not good. And that is an obvious insight to anybody who knows human nature.
What do you think is the goal behind allowing this to take place? Now, first of all, one of the things that Kamala Harris has said was that there was a bill that could have fixed the border problem, but that Donald Trump did not want it to take place because he wanted to keep this as a political talking point.
Totally dishonest. Totally dishonest.
What was the bill?
Okay, here was the bill. What happened is, okay, let me talk about what the bill does first of all. Okay. Number one is it sets a maximum cap on the number of illegal immigrants that we can have before the border shuts down. That maximum cap is 2 million illegal aliens per year. It's like 1.85 million to be more precise. That's number one it did. Number two, it codified what's called catch and release, where a person comes into our country, they're an illegal immigrant, but they say, no, I'm not an illegal immigrant, I'm an asylum seeker. And so their claim for asylum gets adjudicated, but because there's a backlog, because we have so many, their claim isn't going to be adjudicated for 15 years. So rather than having that person wait in Mexico, we give them a work permit. and we give them legal status and we let them come into the United States of America. That's called catch and release. Donald Trump's policy was you have to wait in Mexico. We're not going to catch you and then release you into the country for 15 years. It codified that. In other words, even if Donald Trump became president, and this was why he really hated it, is that he would not be able to undo catch and release if he won the election. It would be codified into American law. Third thing that it did, nothing on the border wall, nothing on an immigration system called parole, which is supposed to be a case by case. You grant parole to people who are fleeing tyranny. But Harris has used parole to the tune of millions upon millions, mass parole, whole categories of country have been paroled into the United States. It didn't do anything to solve that problem. So it wasn't a border security bill. It was an amnesty bill. Now, in addition to what I just said, it also gave some table scraps to Border Patrol. And that is what allows them to hinge onto that one thing and to say it's a border security bill. No. It was a mass amnesty bill. It would have made the border problem 10 times worse. And that's why they ultimately pushed it. And that's why Republicans fought against it. By the way, like 6 Democrats voted against that piece.
He broke that down. Imagine her putting that into law. Imagine that. And that means we would have to accept, and she could even change it and see if Congress would be ignorant enough to pass it. And they could now. But that would make us have to be responsible for 1.8 million illegal migrants every year. And that's them taking our jobs, taking our benefits, taking everything. Ugh.
Legislation because they thought it was kind of a disaster. So it was not a bipartisan border bill. And in fact, it was much more bipartisan, the opposition to the legislation, but it has allowed Kamala Harris to go around and dishonestly claim that she cares about the southern border, even though when she came into office, they bragged about undoing all of Donald Trump's successful border policies. They did exactly that. And then we had the massive migrant invasion that we've seen in the last 3 years.
And I think it was good on you in the debate with Tim Walz when they fact checked you. They tried to check you and say that this has always been in place. And you stepped up and said, no. This app is new. And this app was specifically used for shipping.
Yes.
And now they're using it to schedule people to illegally come into the country. Here's the question.
Sure.
Why? Why is this happening? What do you think? I mean, obviously speculation a little bit, but what do you think the motivation of allowing this to take place? And the disproportionate number of people that have moved to swing states, which is also like a little suspicious.
So depends on how many tinfoil hats do you have in this room?
I got a lot, dude. I got a wardrobe.
We can get real serious about this real quick, or pretty crazy very quickly. Look, I think what is obvious is, and I've seen this in the halls of Congress, I've seen it very explicitly. You talk about lobbying, and we obviously talked about in the context of other industries. There is a massive corporate lobby for cheap labor in the United States of America. And that is, I think, the main thing that's going on. Think about this. If you've got millions of illegal aliens. Okay, let me tell you a story. In 2017, 2018, when I was in the private sector, I was at a business conference dinner, and I was seated next to the CEO of one of the largest hotel chains in America. This is, I think, probably 2018. And the guy is going on and on about how much he hates Donald Trump. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like, why do you hate Donald Trump so much? Because again, I was sort of a Trump skeptic in 2015. And at this point, I was kind of, starting to really get on the Trump train. And he said, well, the reason I hate Donald Trump, he says, is because Donald Trump's border policies have cut down the number of illegal immigrants. And because I can't pay illegal immigrants.
I was about to say, he's so sexy. I love this man. I love this dude. I'm so happy that he chose him. That's the only thing I can say. Even if I'm out of the country, I always smile at JD Vance. I hope he don't let me down in some kind of way, because I really vibe with this dude, man. Like, I vibe with him. Like, he's like one of the best vice presidents I've seen, like, in a long time. Long time. I can tell he'd be amazing.
Table anymore. I have to pay American workers, and they want much higher wages. And I was like, this guy just admitted it. I was like, holy shit, this guy just admitted it.
Now, a crime.
That is like straight up monopoly man evil shit that this guy admitted to. And I was like, my wife, who's very apolitical, she was actually at the dinner with me, and she's like, come again? You just said you don't want Americans to get decent wages, like that is the best argument for Donald Trump's immigration policy, is that American workers are getting higher wages. And this is why this corporate CEO hates it. So whatever the industry is, you've got a lot of people who want cheap labor and they don't want to pay American workers higher wages. That's a big part of it. I
agree with him on that. I agree with him for them wanting to get more votes, but there's still something more sinister behind all of this. Like I told my daughter, as to why she's letting them come over and she wants them over here in the masses. There's something way more sinister, and I have several different theories.
There's also a power dynamic to it. In particular, I think Kamala Harris and the Democrats, they want to give these millions upon millions of illegal aliens the right to vote. They want to legalize them. They want to make it easier for them to participate in our elections. And that means fundamentally the end of American democracy. Because you're talking about 25 million people here. If Kamala Harris gives 10 million of those people legal status and allows them to vote in American elections, then, say 70-30, they go Democrat, Republicans will never win a national election in this country in my lifetime.
And the only way to get them on your side would be the Republicans offer the same services and maybe even be more generous in letting illegals in.
Exactly.
I mean, you would have to literally beat them at their own game. Yeah, I'm going to give you a free house.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would, lifetime's probably overstating it, but it would take 30 years for the Republicans to get to a point.
That's her whole motive, y'all. Like, I'm just. How is this all happening, y'all? How is our kids being grabbed and raped and impregnated and sold and all of how? Like, has she never did all of that hurt and bad? I swear to you guys, I wouldn't be hardly saying that. I would be mad about the inflation and that would need to be corrected. But I know she's not going to do nothing about that. She's going to make the inflation worse. We're going to go into a war. She showed that. She showed that the gas prices were going back up again. It was down for a minute. It was like, in this area, really all across, like, until you get like to the West Coast, it was like $2.60 a gallon, all the way up to like $2.90 in majority of places. And you go further in the West Coast, it's like it was $3.11. Now it's back to being $3.11 here. So I'm guessing it's probably like $4 something in Arizona. Some are almost $4. So I'm just like, man. Miss me with people that don't know that mismanages money. Miss me with the motherfuckers that mismanage money. Cause like, they're not caring about us. The more they mismanage money, the more we are going to suffer. Because they're offering the money to other people. I don't get how that's not rationalizing to everyone. Like Cardi B should be ashamed of herself as a woman and a mother to defend this lady. She should be really ashamed of herself because she should be seeing what this woman's doing to our children. It's not a game. It's not a hoax. It's not lies. The Department of Justice is not lying. FEMA is not lying when they say they're out of money because some of the money was given to migrants. None of these people are lying on this lady. This lady is lying on herself by not keeping it real and standing up to like the failures. Because you can stand up to your failures in a professional way. You have to take accountability and responsibility and be obligated to yourself to do right by yourself. And that sounds like something she would say. What the fuck? I think I'm watching this bitch too much. Ow. That was so hard though. Like I just repeated myself. Then I flipped the word around and shit. Oh God, this bitch is killing me, man. If she gets in this office, I am over. Like, I will not allow her to be my president. I will not allow that. No. I'm so mad at myself that I'm like a stack right now. And I'm like, all right, we good. We just going, we got the passports ready. Like, that's what I need. Like, cause like I'm telling you, she is about to take everything completely down. I keep feeling they're going to cheat and let her in. I'm just going to just be like, wow, I believe Trump got it, but it's like, that's like the righteous thing, you know what I mean, to happen. However, like the rational thing that really could happen in the horrible, decrepit country that we call America is they could easily rig this shit again some kind of way. I don't have time for it. If they do it, I'm like, yep, they did it. Okay. And I'm just like, now what do I got to get out of here? I can no, I will go to Mexico. I'll reverse it. It will come over here. Like, I will go over there. I just want the fuck away from her for a minute. I really do. Like, I can't be here with her. Like, I can't. She's going to do something really bad. I keep hoping it don't be no goddamn 9/11. Damn, that's what I'm so worried about. Because so many people had died. Like, she just be making me feel like she gonna bring that back. Like, I be like sensing she's going to bring another 9/11. She's going to. She's stupid and she does not know how to talk to people. And she's fake as hell. Like, she's one of the most de-authentic like candidates, politicians, whatever you want to call her. Like, whoa, like she is worse than Hillary. I don't know what more to say, y'all. I really just don't know what more to say. I know I'm so upset. Okay, so on to me now. So I'm out of my business. I just happened to see one of my coworkers for our previous job on Facebook. And she just was like, well, somebody reported me to my job, blah, 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 blah. Soon as she said it, I knew exactly who fucking did it. Like, it was the same girl I used to always talk about my videos that used to do dumbass shit to me. And I just didn't like her. But my friend just, she put me in a really, I'm so happy I talked to her because she like let me know shit I had no idea was even happening. That my manager was hiding from me when we were talking, which we haven't talked in a long time. But nah, she told me so much shit. I was just like, whoa, I'm glad I got the fuck out of there. It's like after I left, everything just started going to hell. The shit she told me, like, but yeah, I told her, remove them motherfuckers, some of them motherfuckers from your fucking Facebook. She know who I mean. She already had suspicions anyway. It was the person. So, but she did think it was me. That's what was funny. Because I knew she was going to think it because me and the other person's cool with the same person. And so that meant that either one of us could have been the one who did it. But I knew I had to help her because I was like, I got to tell her was really good. I wonder if she sees it. But I'm glad she did see this girl for what she is. Because the girl is like, ooh, she's so high school. She be coming to work, rolling her eyes, like side eyeing people and shit. Oh man, no. I was like, no, nigga, nah. And it was nice talking to her. And but yeah, the shit she told me was disturbing. I was like, them motherfuckers, they didn't. Oh, workplaces always get worse. I don't care if it's like restaurant, whatever, mortgage, financial, banking, and investments, banking, everything. And I know I'm high, but anyway, no, it really hurt me to hear all that shit though, because I was like, damn. Because I thought I don't know. I had gave that place too much of me. And I never did that with any other employer. I never liked people like the way I like them, majority of them. And so, and just I could actually see their faces and shit when I closed my eyes. That's how much I liked everybody there. Even the people I didn't want to like I said, I never wanted to hate them either. That's how much I valued them all. And I liked everything that was different about us. You know what I mean? Everybody had a negative and a positive about them. And I learned both sides. You know what I mean? I just learned them. They meant something to me. So I don't know, but to hear the shit that she said was happening, I was just like, wow, man, that fucked with me a little bit. It's a hit. Like it just keep being shit. If it ain't this Camel Toe Harris, it ain't Trump, it's Diddy. Diddy. Come on, Diddy. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, that whole Diddy thing is horrific. It is so horrific. And it just keeps getting worse. It keeps sounding worse. Like I keep thinking that list is never gonna come out of the celebrities because some kind of way, if it ain't really something the fans gotta jump on, they won't let that shit ride. We ain't gonna ever know who was on that list fully. I keep thinking that way, but then I keep being like, nah. Some of them hires here, like Jay-Z, they coming. Yeah, they coming. I'm not sure about Oprah. I'm hoping Oprah get a little bit of her time and punishment because I feel like she deserved it from the whole Harvey Weinstein thing and just her in general. She fake as hell. So yeah, like she need to be in her too. She need to get a little bit of that. Everybody that just did shit wrong need to get it. That's it. And LeBron James, he want a piece of it, he can get it. All of them that was at them Diddy parties, they know what's up. Shit. Kevin Hart shutting down his restaurant suspiciously in LA and shit. This man, it's so much going on in our world right now, in our country. It's so disgusting. And I know a lot of people will always be like, they would say to me, I know a lot of people would challenge me to say, well, why do you want to, at the first big failure, why do you give up in your country? It's because it's not only the failure, it's everything else that comes with living here. All the negativity, the extreme racism, all of this shit we go through. It's annoying as hell to be an American at times. It is. It makes you just want to just seek some kind of other place, especially when you're hearing other people give top-notch reviews on different countries they lived in, and they compare it to the US. They say it's less stressful. They're more happy. They're not as stressed out. That sounds good to me. Like I would love to like have less stress. Seriously, because like the US be killing people with their BS. Like I'm saying, like, wow, it's always some bullshit here. I understand it's everywhere else too, but there's places that is more peaceful than this. Like, damn. I just ain't got that fucking bread like that. I wish I did, because like that's the only thing holding me back. I'm trying to get the hell up out of here, man. Like I'm telling you, this woman get in. If she don't get, I'm gonna be happy as hell because that'll give me some time. Like it will. Like it'll give me some. I'll be good. I'll be like, yay, ooh, 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 ooh. I'll be like, okay, I got some time. Like I know I'll finesse some shit. You know what I mean? But like if he don't get in, I'm gonna get real desperate in this. But as soon as I hear that we about to get bombed on, so I'm out. Like I don't care. Like I'm saying, I'm going to like Mexico type shit. Or fucking probably Canada. Like, like, no, 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 no. I already know, like, with the 30 days of her being in, I'm being fair on the time frame. Something will go down. Yes, she will do something bad as fuck as soon as she gets in there. And she already in there now. Anyway, I'm done talking. This shit got me. I'm so traumatized by this lady. I mean, after all I can hearing about this lady, what she has been doing to these kids at the border, and women and men and everybody's been getting killed in different towns. I'm lucky that in my state, there wasn't really nothing that popped up on his list. I'm gonna include that link for Sean Hannity, and the list is like towards the end. It was all of them were accurate. If you type in the names of the victim in Google, it'll bring up the news articles. Yeah, you just got to look through the articles to make sure you get to the one that talks about if the person's illegal or not, and it'll tell you because some of them are not honest, and they know they're trying to cover up the fact that who's killing the people is migrants. They don't want people to readily see that, and so because that means a failure in the White House. So they're doing everything to cover up Democrats' dirty duties, basically. But I'm done. I'm shutting up, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell before I make new content. I'm out.